Kathy Munso Day reading part 2 of Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. The first one is called Hector the Collector. Hector the Collector collected bits of string, collected dolls with broken heads and rusty bells that would not ring, pieces of picture puzzles, bent up nails and ice cream sticks, twist of wires, worn out tires, paper bags and broken bricks, old chip faces, half shoelaces, Gatling guns that wouldn't shoot, leaky boats that wouldn't float, and stopped up horns that wouldn't toot, butter knives that had no handles, copper keys that fit no locks, rings that were too small for fingers, dried up leaves and patched up socks, worn out belts that had no buckles, electric trains that had no tracks, airplane models, broken bottles, three-legged chairs and cups with cracks. Hector the Collector loved these things with all his soul, loved them more than shining diamonds, loved them more than glistening gold. Hector called to all the people, "Come and share my treasure trunk." And all the silly, sightless people came and looked and called it junk. For sale. One sister for sale. One sister for sale. One crying and spying young sister for sale. I'm really not kidding. So who'll start the bidding? Do I hear $1, a nickel, a penny? Oh, isn't there any one kid who will buy this old sister for sale? This crying and spying young sister for sale. Another hat. Matches my pink. Sick. I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry. I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I've counted 16 chicken pox, and there's one more that's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue. It might be instamatic flu. I cough and sneeze and gasp and choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched. My ankle sprained. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold. My toes are numb. I've a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff. My voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbow's bent. My spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk. I cannot hear. There is a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail and my heart is... What? What's that you say? You say today is Saturday? Goodbye, I'm going out to play. The crocodile's toothache. The crocodile went to the dentist and sat down in the chair, and the dentist said, "Now tell me, sir, why does it hurt and where?" And the crocodile said, "I'll tell you the truth. I have a terrible ache in my tooth." And he opened his jaws so wide that the dentist, he climbed right inside. And the dentist laughed, "Oh, isn't this fun?" And he pulled out the teeth one by one, and the crocodile cried, "You're hurting me so. Please put down your pliers and let me go." But the dentist just laughed with a ho, ho, ho and said, "I still have 12 to go." And he said, "Whoops, that's the wrong one, I confess. But what's one crocodile's tooth more or less?" And suddenly the jaws went snap. And the dentist was wiped right off the map. And where he went, one could only guess. To north or south or east or west. He left no forwarding address. But what's one dentist more or less? This used to be my best friend, my thumb. Oh, the thumbsucker's thumb may look wrinkled and wet and withered as white as the snow, but the taste of the thumb is the sweetest taste yet, as only we thumbsuckers know. Sarah, Cynthia, Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. Sarah, Cynthia, Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. She'd scour the pots and scrape the pans, candy the yams and spike the ham, and though her daddy would scream and shout, she simply would not take that garbage out. And so it piled up to the ceiling. Coffee grounds, potato peelings, brown bananas, rotten peas, chunks of sour cottage cheese. It filled the can. It covered the floor. It cracked the window and blocked the door. With bacon rinds and chicken bones and drippy ends of ice cream cones and prune pits, peach pits, orange peels, globby clumps of cold oatmeal, pizza crust and withered greens, soggy beans and tangerines, crust of blackburn butter toast, gristly bits of beefy roast. The garbage rolled on down the hall. It raised the roof and broke the wall. Greasy napkins, cookie crumbs, globs of gooey bubble gum, cellophane from green bologna, rubbery, blubbery macaroni, peanut butter caked and dry, curdled milk and crust of pie, moldy melons, dried up mustard, eggshells mixed with lemon custard, cold French fries and rancid meat and yellow lumps of cream of wheat. At last the garbage reached so high, it finally touched the sky and all the neighbors moved away and none of her friends would come out to play. And finally, Sarah, Cynthia Stout said, "Okay, I'll take the garbage out." But then, of course, it was too late. The garbage reached across the state, from New York to the Golden Gate. And there in the garbage she did hate, poor Sarah met an awful fate that I cannot right now relate, because the hour is much too late. But children, remember Sarah Stout, and always take the garbage out. Diane Rauschmore, this one's for you. Warning, inside everybody's nose there lives a sharp-toothed Inside everybody's nose there lives a sharp-toothed snail. So if you stick your finger in, it might bite off your nail. Stick it farther up inside and he might bite your ring off. Stick it all the way inside and he might bite the whole darn thing off. Last one. Teddy said it was a hat and so I put it on. Now Dad is saying, where the heck's the toilet plunger gone?